So just in time for World Water Day. And honestly, y'all, I didn't even know World Water Day existed up until a few weeks ago. But here we are. Anyway, in honor of World Water Day, I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about archaeology, bitter water, and Moses. Let's get into it. Sometimes in our mission to better understand culture and history, we have to draw upon the work of people who are outside of archaeology. So for instance, if we want to better understand past people and their water, we have to draw upon the work of hydrologists. And yes, there are people out here who go to school and just study water. Listen, academia is an amazing world. And speaking of hydrologists, a great example of us drawing upon the work of hydrologists is when we look at the work of Dr. Ari Isar. Dr. Isar is one of the leading experts when it comes to the hydrology of the Sinai region. So get this, Dr. Isar and his team were studying and analyzing these deeply buried aquifers that fed a spring called Ayun Musa, which is Arabic for Moses Springs. They found out that due to processes that took place thousands and thousands of years ago, they found the water in these deeply buried aquifers and ultimately in these springs contained very high amounts of calcium sulfate and magnesium sulfate, aka Epsom salt, just in case you were wondering. And because of all this calcium sulfate and magnesium sulfate, the water in the aquifers and in the springs have a bitter taste. And this explains the complaints made by the Israelites in Exodus chapter 15, verses 22 through 23. Because y'all remember, in this part of Exodus, they were fleeing Egypt, but they were taking the route that took them through Sinai, and they made a stop for some water. Then they got mad at Moses because the water tasted bitter. And they was complaining about other stuff too, y'all. Oh my God, they was doing the most. But that's a whole nother video. So thanks to the work of hydrologists like Dr. Isar, we get a better understanding of how some ancient people may have been interacting with water in ancient times. And that's just so you know. Stay hydrated, y'all.